This is a question that comes up quite a bit. How do I go back and ask again about working from home after I've already been told no? Sometimes this comes from people who've asked once, and sometimes it comes from people who've done a lot more than that. They've put together a case, they've thought about the impact, they've proposed a trial, they've built in accountability, and yet they've still been told no. If that's the situation you're in, the first thing to recognise is that you're not being unreasonable. You've approached this in a considered way. What that usually means is that the decision isn't being made on the logic of your case. It's being made on something else. Often things like consistency across the team, precedent, or how the team is expected to operate. So when you hear something like, no one else does, that's a clue. At that point, asking again in the same way, even with more evidence, usually won't change the outcome. So the approach needs to shift slightly. If you're going to come back to the conversation, the goal isn't to push harder, it's to understand what would need to change for the answer to be different. That might mean asking a more direct question. For example, is this something that could be reconsidered in the future, or is it a firm position? It might mean adjusting the shape of the request. Not because your original request didn't make sense, but because you're working within the environment you're in. That could be a smaller change, a time-limited trial, or something tied to a specific piece of work. Or it might mean being more open about what's actually driving this for you. If this isn't just a preference, and there's something behind it, being clear about that can sometimes change how the request is understood. And sometimes the answer you get back is important in a different way. If there's room to move, you'll see it. If there isn't, then the question shifts. It becomes less about how to ask again and more about what matters to you in this role. So it's not about pushing harder. It's about understanding the decision and then deciding what to do next.